I put the article in the description below. Take a look at it and figure out, what are you doing differently in your marriage? Well, first of all, before I start, let me say this is not an advice column. I'm not giving anybody any advice. What I'm doing is I'm answering these key statements that the author made and relating it to my own life. This isn't advice to you about how to run your relationship or nothing like that. I'm just talking about myself. And if you want to use this stuff that I'm talking about, you can. But like I said, I'm not trying to tell you what to do. So anyway, they speak their minds. So my marriage is a democracy. I'm not a hard bargainer. I'm not running anything. I'm working with someone that I partnered with in the relationship. My wife is hella smart. She has some experience, and I need her experience and her insight and her ideas so that we can come up with the best decisions between us. Diversity is our strength, that we think about things differently, and that we work together as a team to try to make the best decisions for us. And in that situation, it's a lively kind of conversation that we have to have. Like what I don't want is, I don't want to hold on to any ill feelings about my wife, and I don't want my wife hanging on to any ill feelings about me. I want her to speak up and say it. Don't let me be the last one to know that you're unhappy or I'm doing something that you don't like. It has to be safe enough for that. She always has to feel safe enough for her to feel like she can turn to me. Now remember, we're mammals, right? And mammals, as a first course of action, when we feel afraid or we feel overwhelmed, we don't burrow holes and we don't climb trees. We turn to another mammal, stronger, smarter, to help us regulate our feelings and feel safe. So my wife, in relationships that I care about, my people always have to be able to turn to me, and vice versa. If I can't turn to you, then that's not a good relationship for me. And it's not a good relationship for you either if you can't turn to me. So anyway, so you get to speak your mind here. You get to cast your vote. And we have to have conflict. We have to allow for it. There's nothing wrong with conflict. All right, then number 2, conversations go beyond the surface. Now, there's kind of two types of conversations, right, in an intimate relationship. There's report talk, and then there's rapport talk. And the difference is, the report, I just tell the story of what happened. What had happened was, or this is what happened, this, and this. I just make a list of things that happened. But report talk is different. Report talk is, I give my internal reaction to what's going on, the feelings. That's more intimate. I have to be able to be vulnerable, to say how something affected me emotionally. Now, in order to do that, I got to do a lot of work away from the ball. I got to do my own work in my own recovery to access my feelings, rehearse what I want to say and what I'm thinking, and have some experience expressing myself in other places so that I can come back to my relationship and do that effectively. There's a deep connection there. I have to be seen, heard. I want to be known. And I want to do that for me, and I also want to do that for my wife. I want her to know that I see her, that I hear her, and that I know her. Now, we both still have the right to some privacy. If you want to make a flame expand and grow, don't smother it. So my wife has some privacy, I have some privacy, and that's kind of important. I don't want to smother her. I don't want to become too enmeshed with her like that. And then there still needs to be some mystery. But anyway, we gotta really talk, not just PC chit chat. Okay, we give each other the benefit of the doubt. One of the things I'm doing in the marriage is I'm fielding complaints. My wife, and in order to do that effectively and better than I have in the past, I have to give my wife the benefit of the doubt. She is not out to get me. She is not my adversary. She will stay with me if she can. She will talk to me if she can. Now, if she's not talking to me, I want to look at it in terms of what is it about me that makes it difficult for her to talk to me? She's not malicious. She's not trying to hurt me. Wow, and that's a whole different mindset. Now, me personally, I had to have an intervention before I stopped acting like my daddy. You know, he was shut down and depressed around that kind of, you couldn't really talk to him. There was periods when I couldn't approach him. I was scared of him and nobody could talk. It wasn't personal. He was just like that. He drank, you know, did the best he could. You know, he'd never gone through any kind of intervention and had some issues like most people and never really addressed them. And it came out in the way that he interacted with us. Now, I want to be different. I had to be different. I got in a hell of a lot of trouble behind it. I was up to my Adam's apple in trouble and I had to change. And one of the good things that came out of that is like being able to give my wife the benefit of the doubt. I try not to blame. See, if you're with somebody and you blame them, it's like swimming in a swimming pool with them. You could push them down, but it doesn't make you any higher. And man, it takes a lot of work for me to get to that place. You know, because the shame would, you know, I want to push it off because I feel ashamed. You know, I want to reject it. I want complaints to bounce off me. You know, she complained about something, I personalize that and I shut that down. Oh, there you go again. You know that. But I gotta give her the benefit of the doubt. She's complaining about something that I need to know about and that I possibly need to change. So anyway, 4, they pursue their own hobbies and interests. So a part of being in a relationship is you want to bring the best out of the other person. You know, I want my wife to thrive. I want to thrive. You know, and in my family, my wife is the famous person. Everybody knows my wife. You know, she deals with a lot of people, you know, and I'm sort of like, I'm not famous. You can look at my YouTube channel and tell I'm not famous. I only got about 5 or 6 people that check out my YouTube videos, but that's cool. I appreciate every one of you guys. And I ain't even trying to go viral. I'm trying to be helpful, right? But anyway, I like her to do her own thing. My wife travels. She's a writer. You know, she's got a book coming out, you know, and that's a good sign. I'm proud of her. I'm proud of that she's not worried about me. You know, she can pray for prosperity and good health and financial fitness. She ain't got to pray about me. Oh God, please don't let him come home and act a fool. Don't let him come home and steal the VCR and all that kind of stuff. She don't have to do that. So that energy, she can put into her own life and her own pursuits. And I'm proud of it. And I get to do the same, right? Like right now, I'm at the Gerald Chambers World Headquarters making a video. She doing something else. She's not down here tripping off me. You know, I got my practice. I do what I do. I got my recovery. Those are different worlds I'm in. I share that with her. She don't know everything though, because I got the right to some privacy. But I don't really do anything she couldn't know about. You know, yeah. So anyway, number 5, they're gentle with each other. Man, I'm a mess. I'm hard to get along with, and I need to be gentle. And the way that I try to be gentle is getting back to the stuff we talked about at first, making sure she can speak her mind. So what that really means is allowing for conflict, making sure conversations go beyond the surface. If you're going to do that, you better be gentle. Yeah, you better be sensitive. You better not throw any stones. If you can't take it, don't throw none, right? I try to give her the benefit of the doubt as I try to be gentle, right? And then, you know, give her the freedom to pursue what she wants to pursue. That's trust and that's faith, you know? And that's how I try to be gentle. I try to make it easy for her to talk to me. Make it easy for her to use the relationship with me. And then fight fairly. Now, this is a hard one, right? Because once we have a difference of opinion, I'm the one that's more likely to start acting crazy, right? But I'll think she's acting crazy, right? I'll forget about my own behavior. my own conflict tactics. I come out of one of them chaotic households where we took it outside. It's real easy for me to start scaring people and be reactive and all that. So fighting fairly is for me to become aware of my conflict tactics and to bring them under my control as much as I can. Everybody's both a saint and a monster. And it's important for me to recognize how difficult it is for her to be with me, to live with me, for her to talk to me and manage myself. And 7, they adopt a builder's mindset. Oh yeah, we putting something together. Any one of these things that my wife is doing or that I'm doing could really change our whole life around at any time. There's some point in the future where if she keeps writing and I keep making these chicken shit videos, something's going to happen. If I keep practicing in my therapy practice, things are already happening. I got plenty of work. At some point, it's going to just really turn into something else, one way or the other, right? And so we're building something together. I'm grateful. Like little things, like when I open the refrigerator, I don't see the back of the refrigerator. There's some food in there, right? Like I got the time to shoot these videos and make these, provide this content. That's because of the relationship. The relationship is allowing me to thrive. It's helping me. We're mammals. We thrive in groups. That's why I'm committed to the marriage. I knew the marriage would help me be a better person. And so anyway, this is what happy couples do differently. I'm very happy being married. I'm not unhappy. When dudes start talking about marriages and being unhappy, I'm usually gone. I leave. I don't have anything to say. I try not to never say anything negative about my wife. It doesn't mean she doesn't get on my nerves. It doesn't mean we don't have conflict. But if I think negatively about my wife, I'm not able to use our relationship when she's not around. You see, when she's not around, if something happens to me and I think about her, I automatically feel better because I don't associate any negativity with her. So I can use a relationship when she's not around. And we all could do that, right? And if I think negatively about my wife and my stomach flips and my blood pressure goes up and I start clenching my jaw and all that, that's cortisol. Those are chemicals that can be harmful to the body. I think for a lot of reasons, that's why men die early in many relationships. Because they think negatively about the person they're in a relationship with. So the last thing I want to say, the other thing is, I just don't want to pee in a well we both got to drink out of. So when I go on the internet and I see these dudes talking about relationships and stuff like that, I feel for them. I feel for them because you don't have to be unhappy in a relationship. I'm not too romantic, right? Like romanticism. Like I got a good enough marriage. I don't have a perfect marriage. Right? My wife is a good enough wife. She ain't perfect. Neither am I. Right? But I enjoy it a lot. And I'm getting a lot out of it. And I think I'm being a better person as a result of being married and doing these things differently. So anyway, get down in the comments. Let me know what you think. Till next time.